Hey guys, so Bungie just came out with a ton of info on what's happening in mid of season 2. We finally got an update on what the PvE mode is, some changes to the cradle system, a new runner, possibly some map changes as well. We got a bit to talk about. So first thing is first, the PvE mode that's finally coming. We finally have some information on the PvE mode. It's actually pretty interesting because of the whole PvE light mode. We always thought they're gonna do it on perimeter, they're gonna do it on dire marsh, We're actually going to cryo archive. You can either go in as a solo, you can go in as a squad, as a duo, which is pretty nice, which is pretty great. Though Bungie did have to clarify after a couple of questions came up, they did have to clarify that you won't get the skin for beating the compiler in Cryo Archive. So it looks like we are probably going to be using the normal Cryo Archive map, and we're definitely going to be fighting the compiler at some point during that map. There are gonna be multiple vaults, and on the 7th vault we are going to be fighting the compiler. It's something they teased inside it's something they teased in that tweet, but we all know what's in Vault 7, right guys? So this is actually a good chance to actually just hop in and learn Cryo Archive before actually hopping in with your team on the weekend. So what's the new PvE's name? It's gonna be called Vault Breaker. We can only go in with sponsored kits. So far, all we know is that we can go in with sponsored kit. We're going to be starting off with a pretty weak sponsored kit. I'm thinking something more like a standard sponsored kit where you have a pistol, a gun, and you don't have any shields. You have like meds that are almost used out, and slowly or quickly you'll be able to upgrade your sponsored kit to either include specific items or to be elevated from a standard to a deluxe to superior by using a new currency that they're going to be introducing within the Vault Breaker mode, which are going to be Vault Data. So where do we get Vault Data? Well, we're obviously going to be getting it from the PvE mode, but basically when you go in the PvE mode, when you go into Cryo Archive, when you exfil, you do not take anything you find in that Cryo Archive. So if you find good, juicy loot, you're gonna have to give out a tier, because unfortunately it can't come with you. But you're most probably going to have to be looking for Vault Data, because that's going to be the one thing you can exfil with. Whether they'll convert the items we exfil with into Vault Data hasn't been clarified. They'll be clarifying that as we get closer. But I'm thinking something of more, they're probably going to be converting the items to Vault Data, or there's probably going to be a currency that we have to pick up that is Vault Data. Now, this Vault Data will be used to, one, upgrade your sponsored kit for the PvE mode, but Bungie did also say it can also be used to potentially upgrade your PvP gear, or what I'm thinking is that it probably can be used to barter for gear that you can actually use on your PvP modes, which is going to be insane. All right. The PvE mode actually has some way that it can benefit you on the non-PvE mode without breaking the economy. Honestly, I like that. I do understand why they didn't go with the method of the PvE light mode, because it caused a lot of issues in the very beginning. People were getting golds and everything, out of the wazoo, even though it did make dire marsh pretty fun. I can understand why they didn't go with the PvE light mode of, hey, you take out the Cryo Archive loot, because that is Cryo Archive loot. All right, you gotta earn it by going up against players, which I do respect. So actually, that's actually pretty nice. It still gives you a reason to go into the actual Cryo Archive for the Cryo Archive skin, and also for the loot, because you can still only get the loot from going into PvP Cryo Archive. Bungie also gave some information on the cradle system. Looks like it's gonna be changing in the middle of season 2. It's not gonna be a big change, but they're gonna be bringing prestige to it. So we'll be able to basically reset ourselves back to level 0. I believe this is also gonna reset all of our energy points back to 0, and we're gonna have to slowly build them up again by feeding the cradle our gear. It's gonna be pretty nice. We do get a reward, as in we get unique cosmetics and unique skins for our runner shells, plus we get 1 additional point that we can use each time we prestige, because I'm pretty sure you've reached max cradle system, and once you've reached the max cradle system, you will see that you aren't able to fill everything up. All right, so this is a new way for where we can actually get 55% on everything, but you're gonna have to prestige quite a lot. But yeah, I mean, it gives us something to look for, you know. Hopefully they bring in a title, the Prestiger, you know, max prestige. But with the prestige change, they are also going to be increasing the progression speed of the cradle system. They haven't told us whether it's going to be increasing back to season 2 day 1 progress speed, or whether it's going to be, you know, going back to just a 25%, or whether it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I'm hoping it's day 1 speeds, because hey, we're going to have to prestige quite a lot, but we're going to have to wait and see. And season 3 is going to be coming out September 22nd. So far we've been teased that the perimeter is going to be having a big revamp to it. So far I've been seeing pictures posted by Dima Goryanov, who's a senior concept art lead at Bungie, of the perimeter map, which he posted 5 days ago on ArtStation, and it looks pretty good. So it is concept, but I can't wait to see what it actually looks like in the actual map, and if they add extra spots in the map as well. And we're getting a new runner as well. I'm excited to see who the new runner is. Hopefully they give us some teasers on July 21st, or when we're getting close to September. But yeah, that's all the news we got for today. Hopefully you found it quite informative. I'm Posty, and I'll be catching you guys later.